Okay, the first reason was diet, the foods that the children were going to eat. Now, from the age of 2.5, when I kind of started thinking about, schooling options for our eldest daughter, who's now 11, I've always thought about and been concerned about what they would be eating while they're in school. I know that diet has a significant impact on your energy levels, your concentration, your intelligence, even your hyperactivity or lack thereof, and a whole host of other things. And obviously, I've studied nutrition for a long time, and food and the effects of food on the body is something that I'm very, very much aware of, especially to our young, growing, developing children. So everything from school dinners and what they would be exposed to in school dinners, to what they might buy at the tuck shop. I don't even know if a tuck shop still exists, but when I was in school, during some of the breaks, there would be a table set up in the cafeteria where you could go and buy snacks. I don't know if this exists or whether this has now been replaced with vending machines, but if a tuck shop is still in place, I remember buying quite a lot of junk from the tuck shop. I know that school vending machines are not always the most sanctimonious places either. And even though there has been a big initiative to increase the amount of healthy foods and water and things like that that are provided for at school, I know that that's not widespread and blanket, and that there are still some things that children can buy in school on the premises that are not considered health foods, and that are going to contain the three things that I would very much prefer the children were not exposed to at this age, which is sugar, artificial sweeteners, and artificial flavoring. So we're talking, and preferably trans fats and hydrogenated fats, and those latter three are what I refer to as the three nasties in my book, Becoming Naturally You, at the beginning of the diet steps section, which you can find in my book on my website, Leah's the book, which you can find on my website, thenaturallyyoucoach.com. So that's aspartame, MSG, and trans and hydrogenated fats. Those are the three things I would very much prefer the children do not have to be exposed to at this age, and we've done quite a good job in making sure that any exposure to those things has been minimal. But I know that if they were at school, I wouldn't be able to do that. So they would be coming back home to me, having potentially been exposed to and taken in all of these substances. And then I would have to deal with the behavior that comes along with a child who has been fed these types of things. And at school, the consumption of these types of things, again, whether that's in their school dinners, if they're doing school dinners, because I know that not all schools will even allow you to send your child in with a packed lunch. If that was the case, obviously that would alleviate that problem. But there's going to be other children eating other things there that my children are going to be with them all the time. It's going to obviously happen that they're going to want to share it, and then once that's one taste has been given and the opportunity for them to eat it is there on a regular basis, is not going to be something that I'm going to have a lot of control over. So that's one of the reasons that we decided to do it. I wanted to make sure that I could control what it is that the children were eating to a large degree until they are old enough to go and buy their own foods. But that gives me a good 10, 11, 12, 13 years to be able to build them up with good, healthy, strong foods. And for some people, again, a lot of these reasons for some people may not even matter. They don't really mind what it is that their children eat. But I'm just not one of those people. I very much do want to make sure that they are exposed to a diet that nourishes their body and allows their brain to function in a way that can absorb as much information as possible, that keeps them happy and calm, as well as energized, as opposed to the effect that most of the foods have on our children, which is to turn them hyperactive, which is to give them big energy bursts and then big energy slumps, which can affect their mood, their concentration, their sleep, their intellect, and all those other things. The second reason that we decided to homeschool is that I wasn't comfortable with the idea of what I would consider strangers being around our children. Now, when you send your child to school, as far as I'm aware, you're not allowed, but there's no real opportunity for you to spend some very quality time with each and every one of the teachers that your children is going to be exposed to. So if you're in primary school, your child is probably going to just have one teacher or maybe two teachers, but then they're not the only people that your children are going to be around during the school. They're going to be around the caretaker, possibly the dinner ladies, the other teachers that might be teaching the other schools. So I'm not going to get the opportunity to really find out a lot about these people who are going to be around my children all day. When my children have got concerns or they have questions about things, and they want to know this and that and the other about things that they're thinking about life and about themselves, those are going to be the people that are going to be there to answer those questions for them. And if I don't know enough about those people, I don't know what kind of answers they're going to be giving my children. I don't know what they're going to be feeding my children intellectually and on all other levels, and emotionally and mentally. I don't know what it is that they're going to be exposed to, because to me they're still going to be strangers. Now, obviously, some people are not, some people will have the opportunity to spend time around the teacher of their children before they send their children there, but I know that that's not going to be something that I'm probably going to be able to do to the extent that I would want to, before I felt comfortable leaving my children with them all day, every day, 5 days a week, for years and years and years. So that was another reason. And again, I know some of these are not going to apply in all situations, but these are the 12 of the many reasons. Because I'm telling you, as I continue this homeschooling journey, though, it just feels like there's more and more and more reasons why I'm happy with the choice that we've made.